Hello, Julie here. Nice to see everybody. So, practice-based research project. This is your opportunity to develop a research project from start to finish that's totally determined by you. All forms, styles, modes, thematics, and aesthetics can be explored, underpinned by rigorous research processes documented on your own artist website. You can elect to work individually, in a pair, or in a small group. Your research project is supported through weekly workshops, and in the first 5 weeks, these are with practicing artists or theatre practitioners, and then there's continual mentoring from the PBRP teaching team. You've got technical guidance, peer feedback, and work in progress sharings. One of the things that I think is maybe distinctive about this is that we try to work with you as artist to artist, so that there's a different type of dialogue that goes on, and there's a different sort of expectation maybe of the conversations that we've been having. And the ones we've been having recently, Martin's on the teaching team, have been really productive and generative and, you know, really sort of exceptional sessions. So process is key on this module, developing and experimenting with ways to translate theory and conceptual concerns into practice, and to investigate the ways practice can offer alternative modes of thinking. The module ends with a 3-day festival of performance in May, which is created, produced, run and presented by you. In past festivals, work that's been presented has included comedy, cabaret, game shows, durational and one-to-one performances, performance installation, gallery curation, performance videos, performance to camera, performance photography, spoken word and performance poetry, participatory and immersive performance, physical theatre, movement-based works, audio performances, map performative journeys, dramatic monologues and club events. All hosted by a swathe of performance festival MCs.
Thank you so much, Julia. Brilliant, thank you. I'm now just going to speak to feeling it, emotion and sensation in the theatre. I won't be teaching that next year. It will be taught by our colleague Tiffany Watt-Smith, who's also been running the Centre for the History of Emotions recently from within the History Department, and that's a cross-humanities research centre that we have here at Queen Mary. And she asked the essential, through this module, you're going to be asked who feels what in which theatre. Thinking about feeling and what we mean by that and how that changes historically and culturally. So from theories of catharsis in ancient tragic theatre through to the predicament of the spectator in postmodern performance, we'll be thinking about what we mean when we talk about real feelings or real sensations in relation to events that we know aren't real. Going to be investigating what different cultures and traditions understand by emotion. So I think sometimes, for example, I remember the Centre for the History of Emotions being described on a radio programme that was discussing emotion, and one of the contributors to the programme was really puzzled by the idea of a history of emotions. What there's a history of emotions? So I think this is a fascinating module for thinking about something that perhaps in common parlance we might think of as universal or essential, but that really does have a cultural politics and a history to it: feeling, emotion and sensation in the theatre. In my drop-in, Tiffany obviously can't be here today, but in my drop-in, if you do want to talk further about that module, you're very welcome.